AD 2026. Another Star Fox remake has hit the towers. Or at least is about to at the time I'm making this. The announcement of Star Fox 2026 was met with a resounding again by everyone including me. The game being a remake of a remake, which itself already has a remake. They are addicted to reviving this franchise by just redoing the first game over and over. But I'm not gonna lie, it charmed me pretty quickly. First, it was the visual style, which is awesome, and trust me, I will elaborate on this later for the skeptics. And then the cheap price point and the goofy multiplayer functionality on top of that made me go, alright, you got me. I hadn't really given the Star Fox series too much of a chance. I got 64 3D as a kid and I was like, it's alright, it's whatever. Fun diversion, I guess. Then I just didn't touch it for years, so the remake announcement made me go back to it, like, let's check this out. Expecting to be underwhelmed still, but maybe there was just something I didn't get as a kid. So I played it, and I was underwhelmed. And then I played it again, this time alongside my buddy Gepston, who was playing the N64 version at the same time. And as kids, both of us had only ever done the easy route, so this time we did the hard route for the first time, and we were both like, Dude. And so I am now a freshly minted Star Fox fan. Of course, 64 3D isn't even the most recent prior attempt at reviving the franchise by redoing the original story. No, that was famously or infamously Star Fox Zero for the Wii U, a game that a lot of people have been revisiting since the announcement. I saw quite a few people hyping it up online, sharing clips of cool, dare I say, hype and aura moments. And also fighting back against the idea that it is just a remake simply because it retells the same story as the original. And I thought, man, I really gotta try this, so I did. I have complicated thoughts about it. Okay, so I said that one of the big things I saw discussed online was how Star Fox Zero is not a remake, right? So then I start the game and it goes like this.
Despite being a backwater little rock in space, Venom had become the base of operations for Andross. I flew out on that mission. My father, James, his best friend and wingman Peppy Hare. Pigma betrayed Peppy and my father and led them into a trap.
To be honest, that's on you guys for getting caught. I would have looked at Pigma and said, he's a bad guy. Pigma's a bad guy?
I'm sorry. No, it is true that for the most part the game's levels are new and original, albeit with some beats remakes from previous entries.
The boys be walking.
In this sense, Star Fox Zero and Star Fox 2026. Star Fox 2026 are kind of sort of mirrors of each other. The upcoming game keeps the exact level design and gameplay from the N64 while drastically overhauling its presentation. On the flip side, Zero features a completely new style of gameplay with brand new levels built around it while just doing absolutely nothing whatsoever for the presentation. Okay, maybe that's mean. Star Fox Zero is in HD with brand new designs and brand new models, etc. It's not to minimize the work that did go into it. It just feels like they did the bare minimum, the obvious thing at least. Pretty much just an HD coat of paint over the Star Fox 64 3D aesthetic to where you can see Fox's individual hairs now. If you told me I was looking at an HD port of 64 3D, I would believe you. So just like in a vacuum it looks boring, but then you put it next to the 2026 version and it just becomes abjectly disappointing. Okay, so this is the spot where I defend Star Fox 2026's aesthetic. A lot of people were very alienated by it, I think because, well, Nintendo's historically been known for chasing artistic expression over realistic graphical fidelity, and I think that's made a large contingent of their loyal audience view those things as kind of diametric opposites. So I think seeing this looks to them like Nintendo abandoning their beloved charm, their cartoony expressiveness in favor of chasing a cynical realism slop aesthetic now that they're not woefully behind on the technological arms race anymore. I think that is misguided. Star Fox 2026 is clearly something made with a lot of I struggle every single time I have to say 2026. The new game is clearly something made with a lot of artistic intent, which makes it orders of magnitude more interesting than Star Fox Zero, sorry. I'd go so far as to say that it's the ideal artistic expression for this series. Like, this style wouldn't fit Mario, of course, who's very much got his roots in a classic cartoons such as Popeye. But Star Fox is a pastiche of grittier, more realistic mecha sci-fi, and I think it's never reflected that better. Like, look at this, you can tell some real mecha fetishists made this. Also, the reason Star Fox are anthropomorphic animals in the first place is because the developers wanted it to stand out as their own original take on sci-fi. It is a genre pastiche, but it's also one with a little bit of an X factor thrown in to make it more than. So I just can't find myself agreeing that the right direction to go for this series would be just talking animal cartoon a la Paw Patrol or like Tough Puppy. Because that's just whatever, that's just any kid's cartoon. But this gritty, detailed, high-fidelity sci-fi world that just happens to be populated by anthropomorphic animals, that makes it stand out, that makes you pay attention. So basically, Star Fox Zero aesthetically is New Super Mario Bros. U, while 2026 is Super Mario Bros. Wonder. But fine, okay, whatever. So Star Fox Zero doesn't really have anything going for it aesthetically, but it does have new gameplay, new levels. Meanwhile, Star Fox 2026 has so much going for it presentation-wise, but it just redoes the exact same gameplay from the 90s to the point that you can use the N64 controller, which I thought was kind of embarrassing. So that's 1 pro, 1 con for each one. So the two of them are pretty much even, right? This is where I'm really not sure what to think. As I got into the game, obviously the controls stuck out to me. That's what everyone's heard about this game gameplay wise. The controls take quite a bit of getting used to.
Why would you make a game that controls like this?
Many will cite this as a flaw of the game. Some will instead say it's altogether a non-issue. I was not sure about either of those going in. If you'll bear with me for a second, earlier this year I started to get into the Resident Evil franchise. First I played one remake, then the original trilogy. This was at the time when RE9 had just come out, so everyone was talking about Resident Evil. And one of the things that people were discussing a lot was whether or not those original versions were accessible for modern players or not, tank controls and all. Some saw the control scheme as a relic, as vestigial, you could say. It is the way it is because it was designed for a controller with only digital directional inputs. Now we have analog sticks, that kind of control scheme is obsolete. They should just patch in camera relative analog controls like Remake has as an option. But then other people say no, that would be missing the point. It is a survival horror game. The fact that controlling your character is somewhat clunky and awkward is an integral part of the horror. It makes it harder to avoid zombies and gives you the constant tension that you may take a wrong step. You know, it's also relatedly been a bit of a movement lately to consider all parts of a video game, including, you know, something as seemingly outside of it as the controls, as part of its art. This is a very compelling argument to me. I cannot pretend that I wasn't fairly often frustrated as I fumbled my way through this control scheme the first time around, but also I had actual nightmares while playing Resident Evil. Those games scared me, and surely the fear of a misstep contributed to that experience, no? On top of that, I got used to those controls and then some. It has been a month and a half, I think? And to this day, I try to use D-pad up to step forward regardless of camera position in every game I play. I started doing it for fucking Pokemon. And I realized that progression from incompetently fumbling my way through Spencer Mansion to moving around like it's second nature made said feel way more gratifying. I did not put my whole heart into those second wishes. I figure being a fighter pilot's probably pretty tough. So I fire up Star Fox Zero, I do the tutorial in Corneria.
Look, they're running! Let's go get them!
Slippy is a war criminal, by the way. I do find myself chafing a bit against the control scheme. One other thing that happens is that I feel like I'm flying this fucking plane. I'm flying this plane. I'm flying this fucking Arwing right now. For whatever reason, I found myself feeling like I really was operating this machine, a form of immersion that I haven't really quite felt with Star Fox before. I should explain the control scheme. As ever, the left analog stick is used to move the ship, but instead of banking with the shoulder buttons and shooting, braking, and boosting with the face buttons, shooting is done with the triggers and the rest is done with the right analog stick. I do not play flight simulators. It's entirely possible that this control scheme is just like the standard for the genre and I just wouldn't know. But it was remarkable how nice and natural it felt to use the sticks to control this aircraft. Because like I think you fly planes with a stick in real life. I believe. I didn't check before recording this. I think this is also something that the Wii U is very suited for with the placement of its sticks both at the top. I'm not sure it would feel as nice on a Switch 2 Pro controller, for instance. I don't figure the sticks are what you want to hear me talk about, though. The other big aspect of Zero's control scheme, the big aspect, is the whole dual screen setup. The TV screen displays the traditional third-person Star Fox gameplay, while the gamepad screen displays a first-person view from your cockpit. And you have to make judicious use of these two streams of information. Obviously, the television will give you the best view of where you are flying, will best help you maneuver and avoid obstacles, while the gamepad screen will help you with more precise shooting. Sometimes enemy fire will come from just off screen, necessitating the use of the gamepad to get a proper look. Then during all range mode, when you're no longer on rails, well, The enemy could be literally anywhere. So in those cases, you can press the L, making the view on the television screen log onto the enemy, showing you your relative position so you can maneuver around and put them in your sights on the gamepad. During boss battle, the TV screen pulls out to give you the widest possible angle of the situation, the big picture, so to speak, so you can reconnoiter on the TV screen and then carry out your mission on the gamepad. This is tough, it's not easy. But that is clearly the challenge of the game, I think. I think when faced with a quote-unquote gimmick such as the Wii U's dual screens, a lot of people view it just in terms of like, how can this help me? You know, what does this add to my quality of life? The most obvious example I can think of is the DS and 3DS Pokemon games with the battle menu on the touchscreen. I started with Diamond and Pearl, so navigating Pokemon battle menus like this is second nature to me. I had trouble adjusting to the, for lack of a better word, clunkier button navigation when the series moved to the Switch. The Wii U did a similar thing with its Zelda remasters, but of course that's a very limiting way to view things. The point of a video game is to place challenges before the player, right? So it's equally valid to ask, how could this gimmick add new and exciting challenges? How could this gimmick subtract from the player's quality of life? Take The World Ends With You, where I guess somewhat like Star Fox Zero, you have to split your attention between the information on both screens. Or the Wii U's own Zombie U, where the gamepad serves as your character's backpack, forcing you to look down, away from the potential dangers ahead in order to go through your inventory. Zombies have brought London to its knees. Use your Wii U gamepad, the ultimate survival kit, and fight back. Powered by Adobe Flash, may you rest in peace. So, Star Fox Zero giving you these two simultaneous feeds of information isn't meant to be helpful, it's the core challenge of the game. You need to know when to reconnoiter here and when to aim here. You need to learn to position yourself in the bigger picture three-dimensional space of a battle, to develop the dexterity required to accurately pilot your ship even from unfamiliar camera angles, to get the most out of both of these screens. You will be disoriented by this. Personally, I got physically dizzy doing this. But is that a problem? It plays into a little bit of an internal debate, you could call it, I've had with myself for the past year. Because I saw this video by Steve Gaming, who makes great videos, by the way. You should check this one out. It's apropos of nothing. I just think you should check it out. It's really interesting. But they made a video about the problems that plague the modern Zelda games, right? And two of their problems are with the cooking mechanic. One, that it is a tedious process that has to be done one meal at a time, which is super annoying. And two, that it makes combat trivially easy because if you have an inventory full of food, you have basically infinite health. This is a good point. These two things are true. But when I watched that, I found myself wondering, does one thing not balance the other? Steve suggests this second problem would be alleviated by some sort of penalty. For instance, instead of letting you heal from the pause menu, making it so it's a real-time action you're vulnerable during? But could you not say that the tedium of preparing that food is the penalty? I mean, when I played Breath of the Wild, I was very unlikely to have unlimited health during battles because I did not have the patience to do all that shit. My question here being, can the feeling that the game causes the player to have be considered to be part of the game's mechanics, part of the game's design? There's also something Dan Olsen said in his video about WoW Classic that I think about, that video games bias towards tests of reflexes, but patience and endurance are also skills that can be tested. By this same token, it could perhaps be said that the ability to not get dizzy and disoriented in Star Fox Zero is a skill you have to develop, a skill the game is challenging. Hell, this is pretty much the same skill I had to develop to play Resident Evil. And I'm sure if I ever tried to fly a plane in real life, I would similarly have to get used to positioning myself within the space, you know, to get my bearings. So that is two ways in which Star Fox Zero has made me feel truly immersed in the experience of flying an R-Wing, to an extent 64 could never achieve. So, could it be said that this game's oft-derided control scheme is in fact the X factor that makes Star Fox Zero great, despite the fact that I fucking hate it? I hate doing this. It's miserable. It is a miserable experience. I felt more immersed than ever, but I was immersed in some bullshit I didn't enjoy doing. I acknowledge that placing limitations on a player's toolkit, and that includes the camera, is a valid way of challenging them, but in this case, all you're doing is giving the player two inadequate versions of the same experience they could get from any Star Fox game, and telling them to patchwork those two inadequate experiences into one halfway decent one. You know, flying on the gamepad sucks because you have this super limited view and you keep crashing into things. And flying on the TV sucks because the camera will fucking swivel around and your controls are still the same as if, you know, the camera were behind you, but they're... And I realized that this is kind of like what I had to learn to deal with in Resident Evil, but you know, the tank control Resident Evils are not, you know, a fast-paced experience like Star Fox. It is nauseating. No, never mind, I take it back, because then you get to the levels where you have to use the helicopter, and those are slow-paced. So, you know, there is more time to adjust to the controls in those. But also, I'm bored. This is boring. I don't like doing this. It's not fun to control this vehicle in this vehicle control game. Yeah, the game kept doing these cool cinematic moments and dynamic camera angles and stuff, but I would miss them half the time because I was looking at the fucking gamepad and they happened on the TV. The big picture view? Absolutely not helpful in any way, shape, or form. All it does is make 50% of your screens functionally useless. I think this concept might work if you have like a 2-monitor setup or in like some sort of a VR game or whatever, but the Wii U is just a bad idea. I have owned one since the day it launched, and to this day it feels like an unnatural effort to switch focus between the screens. The Wii U is no DS. Now, I'd wager most people will just look at one or the other, and I'd win that wager, because the number one piece of advice everyone always gives about Star Fox Zero is just always look at the gamepad and occasionally glance at the TV for some extra info. That sucks! I doubt anyone paid $50 for this lush high-definition Star Fox game just to mostly experience it through a crappy 480p screen. While I was playing, Gebson described this as, quote, a game best experienced by someone not playing it. But I feel like even that isn't true, because someone just looking at the TV won't even see what you're shooting at a lot of the time. I don't know. I do not know. I don't have a conclusion to this. I just wanted to put this out there as a sort of series of ruminations on video game design, theory, because I don't know if the fact that I didn't like this game, the fact that I do not want to play it again, means that it's not well done, you know, means that it's not good. Or effective, at least. I feel like making a definitive statement might be to have a narrow understanding of what video games might be. And that idea is more interesting to me than the thought of fucking playing Star Fox Zero again. To have it use the right stick to control the...
Was that fucking Bill?
Yep.
Oh my god. Guy who didn't know who Bill was a week ago. This is the best guy ever.